Hi guys, so today we are gonna do an overview of Batman the White Knight Deluxe Edition, written by Sean Murphy, published by DC Comics under the DC Black Label imprint. So let's look at the overview, shall we? So this is the Batman White Knight Deluxe Edition, published under the DC Black Label. So those of you who don't know about DC Black Label, it's basically, stories about the iconic characters DC, but not set within the DC Universe continuity. DC Universe has, so basically you can do any kind of story without worrying about editorial influences or something, because in the normal DC universe, you can't have an evil Superman or a mad Batman or a Batman who is vampire or stuff like that. Or Lois Lane might be killed by the Joker. We can't have that in the DC universe because it's a continuing story and no major changes. Like Stan Lee once said, comics are about the illusion of change and not change itself. But in this type of DC Black Labels, you can go anywhere. Like, you can tell any kind of story you want without worrying about the ramifications in the main universe. So this was earlier known as the Elseworlds, DC Elseworlds, which produced some iconic books like The Kingdom Come, the Gotham by Gaslight. There was a movie DC New Frontier stuff. So let's look at this baby, shall we? So there is this simple white checkerboard type design with the Sean. So it is both written and drawn by Sean Murphy. His style is so kinetic, slightly Frank Miller-ified, and so bold. And this is the dust jacket. And inside, this is the cover of the trade paperback of Batman the White Knight, which is not as big as this book. So saying that, let's compare the size of this book with a standard trade paperback. As you can see, it is slightly taller and slightly wider than your standard trade paperback. This is also I'll review sometime soon. And let's get this off, shall we? And that's Sean Murphy. In the back, oh man, that's one hell of an awesome image. Joker, or Jack Napier as he is known in this, looming over Batman. Now this is the back of the dust jacket. These words are nicely embossed, and this is the Jack Napier which I was talking about. The spine is minimal design, but I like it. It reminds me of the Harley design, which is also DC Black Label stuff, Sean Murphy, and it's inked by Matt Hollingsworth. So I think it's colored by Matt Hollingsworth. So the basic premise of this story is that Joker has gone good, really good, or just try faking to be good. That you have to read the story to find out. These are the DC uses these type of pen papers, this black type, and that's Harley Quinn, but in her civilian person, Dr. Harley Quinzel. Oh, Todd Klein is a letterer. Cool, that's he's famous. He lettered Sandman. All these in. And there is Jack Napier, there is Joker, and there is Batman. So when the Joker becomes good, there is a spoiler there. Yeah, it's the first issue though. What spoiler? Batman, the Arkham Asylum, and that's one hell of a thing to start the story with. And as you can see, Sean Murphy's art has some cartoony aspects, and it's awesome with a bit of Frank Miller-ish action-pack style. And I love this design of the bat suit, which he does. And so Joker convinces everybody he's good, and he wants to help Gotham because Gotham has held him for so long. And people turn against Batman because he says Batman, because there exists a Batman, other people turn into mad things like Two-Face, Joker, Clayface, Bane, Scarecrow, all the colorful rocks gallery of Batman. So that's not an entirely new concept. It has been revisited in some famous bad stories like the Grant Morrison stuff and all, and Scott Snyder stuff. And there are James Gordon. Okay, I'm not spoiling much. Okay, there is a Doctor Freeze. So that's some cool design. So the paper quality is thicker than the DC's recent releases. This is more in par with their older releases, so it has a nice shiny appearance, and I like it. I like the paper quality is thick but not too thick. I'm just going to spoil it to trade. So let's check the extras. Okay, last page is a spoiler, and that's we don't not go into it. These are the variant covers. That's the back cover, issue number 2 variant cover. Sean Murphy is one hell of a good artist. Batgirl, that's one cool design for Batgirl and Nightwing. Huntress. This is an Elseworld story, so you can pick up this book without knowing. You just need to have the basic knowledge about Batman, which I know most people have because they have seen the movies. So this is not continued in any way to the main DC universe, so you can pick this up without worrying about any of that. It's a complete story in itself, but it has a sequel, The Curse of the White Knight, which I recommend picking because it's also one hell of a story. And that kind of story, that Curse of White Knight story really pushes the boundary of DC Blackhead, because that story is so awesome that if told in the DC universe, it will cause a controversy. But those who have read it might know the Wayne stuff. Wow, that's something. That was one hell of a revelation. And there is the sketches and all the stuff. So it has nice amount of extras. Standard amount of extras for such a deluxe edition, which I expect. It's a thin book, so you can read it. And also this has also the same spine as that of the dust jacket. So let's look at the binding, shall we? As you can see, it is glued binding. Yeah, it's glued binding. So there might be some gutter loss, But as this book has not so much double pages, so no need to worry. That book lays flat. That's what we want for comfortable reading experience. But it takes some time for getting laid flat. The front pages have a hard time staying open. See, you have to do like this. But overall, the binding, compared to some of the other DC works, especially the Batman Scott Snyder omnibus, this is good binding, even though it's not sewn. I would have preferred sewn binding, but that's okay. So that's all for my overview of Batman the White Knight. So check out this book. This is a recent release, so I imagine you will be able to find it quite easily, even though I can't find it in Amazon.in. It's available in Bookswagon in India, and for other countries you can always buy from in-stock trades. I bought this from in-stock trade because it went out of stock in Bookswagon for some time. So Amazon has to learn from these guys. There's not a single dent on this book. All of these are in mint condition, which is how they want. But sometimes when you get stuff from Amazon, they're so banged up that they're worse than the old books, used books which you may get from these, damaged books which you get from these guys like IST. So learn Amazon from these IST guys. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.